today we're going to be cooking some Brussels sprouts and broccoli. So we'll roast that with some lobster ravioli and a vodka sauce. Okay, so that's what we're going to be filming. Appreciate all of you Patreons who are joining us today. If you could just go ahead and like that thumbs up button and subscribe below for more episodes. We'll bring more good food and wonderful adventures your way. Our Brussels sprouts, we'll wash all of this here at the end after we've cut everything. My wife, she already did a majority of our food. We eat a lot, so you know, you'll take the outer leaves off if they're dingy brown. If they don't look good, you'll just take that part off until you get to the fresh on the inside. Same with lettuce. So it's just baby cabbages. And then your broccoli, you'll want it roughly the same size. So when you cut it, broccoli shrinks. So this is perfect. Smaller than this, it's gonna get too soggy, so we'll leave that mostly together. So our broccoli and Brussels sprouts, we seasoned with olive oil, salt, and pepper. We put it on lined sheet trays, and it's gonna go right in the oven at 350. We'll cook that for about 30 minutes. Alright guys, so again today we're making roasted Brussels sprouts and broccoli with lobster ravioli, and we're having salmon as an added protein. So here I've thawed some salmon. I'm just gonna wash it using cold water super gently. Kind of do a gentle press, and then what I'm gonna do is dab it. By doing this, you make sure it's fresh, but you also will help wash away any bacteria. I'm gonna set it on a plate I don't intend to use, where I'll season it. You don't necessarily have to wash your fish, but it is recommended. Today's seasoning that we're going to use is a Mrs. Dash and Old Bay crust, which we have found to be super delicious. I'm putting the seasoning on the fish. I'm doing this over a sink. You can do it however you please, but I'm a messy individual, so here I season over the sink. It's less careful. And I start by using a good coating of Old Bay. Here you'll see that there. Next layer of seasoning, and you can be pretty liberal with this if you want a nice crust. Okay, it looks like a lot, but you're gonna lose a lot of that when you flip it over. So that's gonna be Old Bay, then Mrs. Dash. You're gonna flip that over. You'll notice some of that falls off, and you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So not too much, but a good liberal coating of Old Bay and a nice liberal coating of Mrs. Dash. We got 3 ready to roll, and I'm going to do that to all sit. Lobster tails, which we'll just gently rinse. You don't really wash lobster per se, so I'm gonna do like that. Just give them a quick rinse. And these will cook by boiling. We won't really season those. Today we have our Classico vodka sauce, and that's gonna be where the seasoning comes from. So I've turned the water on high, and I'm gonna add our sauce on low heat. Low, medium, medium, low. This sauce is pre-made. You could easily make your own. We use a lot of brand name things. The vodka sauce that we have found we like the best is Classico. I think that this is one of my favorites across the board for all flavors. They have spaghetti sauce. They have all sorts of sauce. Great Italian company. Wonderful, wonderful sauces. Fresh, super fresh. Our lobster, as soon as this water boils, it's just gonna go right in. It'll cook for about 3 to 8 minutes depending. What you're gonna look for is for the shell to change from this color to bright red. When it's bright red, the meat inside is done. You won't want to see any black or orange like this here. So it will be super red, and you'll see that later. So right now, we're just waiting for the grill here to heat up. I have it set at about 425. The reason for this is I want to cook the fish at about 385 to 400 degrees. Once an electric griddle gets food on it, it drops in temperature by about 25 degrees. So it's super wonderful thing to have. They heat up pretty quick. And we're gonna do olive oil. Not too much, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Salmon is very high in good fats. And I'm just gonna really spread that around. Let it heat up. And I'll hang on to that in case we need to reapply oil. So here we got our salmon, which is falling apart. Gonna do about 4 minutes on each side on a super hot griddle. So it's been about 4 minutes. We're gonna flip all of these. You'll see a nice crust on the outside. You'll do about 4 minutes on the other side. As soon as the 4 minutes is done, I'll go ahead and cover it because it'll be nice and crispy on the outside and super soft on the inside. Fish is almost done. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of water and flash cook it for about 60 seconds. I'm going to immediately pull the fish out after about 1 minute. You'll notice that I just put these lobsters in and they're already changing color. What you want is a bright red. So we're gonna give that about 3 minutes and those will be done. I had it at a medium low. Your noodles, we boil those for about 4 minutes and then we will drain. Your lobster, when it's finished, will be a bright red, just like that there. So we'll plate this food up and get a final look at what it should look like. Thanks for joining me today in the Mootz Kitchen of Thai-Falang. Again, we made lobster ravioli with vodka sauce, roasted broccoli and Brussels sprouts with a lobster tail and grilled salmon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like and subscribe for future videos and know-how to learn more about American Asian cooking. See you next time.